Onchocerciasis, commonly known as river blindness, is caused by the parasitic worm Onchocerca volvulus. It is transmitted to humans through exposure to repeated bites of infected black flies of the genus Simulium. These black flies breed in fast-flowing rivers and streams, mostly in remote villages located near fertile land where people rely on agriculture. Symptoms include severe itching, disfiguring skin conditions, and visual impairment, including permanent blindness. More than 99% of infected people live in 31 African countries. The disease also exists in some foci in Latin America and Yemen. In 2015, more than 140 million people were treated in Africa, where the strategy of community-directed treatment with ivermectin CDTI was being implemented, representing approximately 60% coverage of the number of people who require treatment globally. Victims of onchocerciasis in Burkina Faso and Ghana who live in and around fast-flowing rivers and streams, mostly in remote villages located near fertile land where people rely on agriculture, have been empowered to improve their living standards by the Hunger Project Ghana and the Hunger Project Burkina Faso through the Socio-Economic Development Project with an amount of 144 million CFA and funded by the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. The 6-month pilot project would benefit the Namu and Fio communities in the Bongo district, with Naba in the Boko West district and Manyoro in the Kasnanankana municipal of the Upper East region, while the beneficiary communities in Burkina Faso include Bari, Kolunia, Narugua, and Bwengo. Speaking at the launching of the Socio-Economic Development Project in Bari in Burkina Faso, Samuel Erasmus Afrani, Country Director for the Hunger Project, THP Ghana, said the project would support people suffering from onchocerciasis who were disadvantaged in several ways through an agricultural program with 8 solar-powered boreholes to be drilled for all year-round irrigation to enable them feed themselves.
This is the message that ECOWAS is supporting the Hunger Project to help our communities along the border to be able to come out of poverty through agricultural development.
Evariste Yogo, the Burkina Faso country director for THP, who spoke in French, expressed gratitude to ECOWAS for the socio-economic support it gives to rural communities to improve their living standards. He said the project would improve the nutritional value of the beneficiary communities and call on traditional and political leaders from both countries to support the project achieve its intended.
Le projet pour le Burkina Faso est que nous, Hunger Project Burkina Faso, avec Hunger Project Ghana, travaille ensemble à mettre en œuvre ce projet qui a une grande importance pour le Burkina Faso. Parce que le Burkina Faso vit de l'agriculture et les populations qui sont concernées par le projet, qui sont des personnes malvoyantes, victimes de l'onchocercose, doivent être aussi l'activité qui peut les amener à sortir de la pauvreté. Donc c'est très important pour le Burkina Faso que ce projet se mène.
ECOWAS Regional Coordinator Bosso Komlao applauded the good initiatives by the Hunger Project Ghana and the Hunger Project Burkina Faso for the socio-economic projects within the two countries, and that is the reason ECOWAS is funding their projects. He therefore encouraged beneficiary communities to make good use of the projects.
You can ask the farmers, they will tell you it's the first time they want to undertake a project with borehole which will function with solar energy, and also to irrigate small piece of land. So the Anga project, Burkina Faso and Ghana, because they have that experiences that motivated ECOWAS to select this NGO.
In a speech read on his behalf, Roxanne Ayine Bukari, the Upper East Regional Minister, commended the ECOWAS for the project and said the move demonstrated ECOWAS' resolve to convert the challenges of member countries into opportunities to uplift the socio-economic circumstances of the people.
The move demonstrates the regional bodies' resolve to convert the challenges of its member countries into opportunities for the upliftment of the socio-economic circumstances of our people. Distinguished guests, it is an undeniable fact that Ghana and Burkina Faso have common challenges as neighbors due to the devastation of onchocerciasis. Even as the disease has been somehow contained, the area lacks social and economic infrastructure and worsened by inadequate rainfall and conflicts between local people and Fulani herdsmen. Underneath the challenges is the huge potential for agriculture and irrigation development there. Indeed, we are told that arable land covers 25 million hectares, which could partly be used for irrigation to feed over 40 million people.
Some of the onchocerciasis victims who were physically challenged spoke to the Hunger Project News team and expressed their utmost joy on the project, saying it will go a long way to them back on their feet.
Projet na wa engla a song tuma buku a song tuma zome din yet meta song tuma zome na nanola comme c'est school la song tuma me tuma yet bilame da da kibo tuma yet bilame da da kibo sorati nya perati loro de yeta la ho barati comme c'est na shukuru bon do loro la ho bilo kurbe ligo malaga ho to malaga yel shaka donc pour cela wa engla ça était à question parna c'est à question parna donc pour cela son même pas.
The African Programme for Onchocerciasis Control, APOC, was launched in 1995 with the objective of controlling onchocerciasis in the remaining endemic countries in Africa, and closed at the end of 2015 after beginning the transition to onchocerciasis elimination. The drilling and installation of boreholes and water systems in beneficiary communities have commenced in earnest, and the excitement from residents is overwhelming. The Hunger Project will continue to fight for economic freedom in member states as a way of streamlining the socio-economic development project.